Would you say there's a difference between red dirt and Texas country?
Well, I don't know where that line is. I mean, at one time, I think the difference for me is probably red dirt. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say red dirt may be a little bit more toward the rock and roll side. Used to be all Texas country. I mean, red dirt kind of started in Oklahoma. If you were from Oklahoma, you were doing red dirt. But nowadays, it's just kind of everybody wants to be or acts like they're red dirt, no matter where they're from. But red dirt, I think, has become more of a part of what type of music more than where you're from. So I think Texas country is probably a big range of very traditional to Leonard Skinner type, what's the way the whole realm of things, works in the Texas country.
There are a variety of venues, radio stations, and shows, and other media and support groups which feature and showcase red dirt music.
Wormy Dog was every Tuesday. Every Wednesday was Off the Strip over at Joe's. And Thursdays was a lot of the Copper Penny. I guess it was a Copper Horse, Copper Penny, something like that. It went through 2 different name changes. Now it's something completely different, but I think. But, the Wormy Dog, I mean, that was always home, and I played Mike's College Bar a couple times, and Wormy Dog Concert Hall. That was my favorite, but it seemed like it didn't last very long. Willie's. Didn't play a lot at Willie's. Probably played between acoustic and full band shows probably a dozen times. Played there, but it was fun. It was always fun.
It was my first weekly gig on the Strip in Stillwater, and just people started coming, and it got to be a thing where that's what we all did on Tuesdays. Went to Willie's, played music. They had $5 I could drink beer. Everybody got drunk, had a great time singing along. So that's one thing that my weekly deal at Willie's that I did that fall was probably one of the coolest things that I've been able to be a part of.
What are some places that you think have kind of helped with the red dirt scene movement, as well as the Americana or kind of the big spectrum?
This is it. Mercury Lounge right here. This is the gem of Tulsa.
Like 7 years ago, a guy named Josh Martin opened up and pretty much just wanted to do something different in Tulsa and actually start bringing original music. At that point, it had nothing to do with necessarily just the red dirt, or had nothing to do with any kind of genre of music, so to speak. It had to do with more of just actually having Tulsa and having a smaller end venue and actually doing the original music instead of the way it's dominated Tulsa's scene for a while is basically cover music. So basically on the smaller end, and have a smaller venue besides Cane's to actually get original music. So, red dirt bands, I would say well, that's on what you consider red dirt, but I would say about 40% to 60% of the time. I mean, a lot of the genres blur each other from rock and roll to country, so to red dirt. I don't know if the bands consider themselves red dirt, but what people kind of do is, Turnpike Troubadours, Brandon Clark, Red Dirt Rangers, Brandon Jenkins, Mike McClure. There's so many to name that have played here. So I mean, those are just a few that play here on a semi-regular basis. But
of course the Canes, you can't go wrong with the Canes. It's historic and it sounds great, and it's just a great vibe.
The Canes.
Wow. The Canes is always
Canes is the biggest stuff. Anytime you play the Canes, there's always stories because of the people that you're there with.
And you're in a hall full of stories, and it's just, if you can be there for all the times.
The original stage is actually underneath the stage. Now you kind of have to
you actually have to crawl up underneath it to see it.
But every time we've played there has always been a huge event for us because of, we're all local guys, and that is...
It's the epitome of it's the epicenter of our region,
yeah. I didn't know what we would do after we played the Canes.
And we did it 5 times in those 2 years. But it was
we had a good run at the Canes. It was always they treat you, like your talent. When you play the bars, you haul in your own stuff and you haul it out. You do all the work, and they actually have guys that do that. And it's nice, and the sound check at the Canes is unbelievable. When there's just your people standing out there, you know, when you're rehearsing, basically, it's phenomenal. The sound you get there, the sound people are great. The venue is great. Nothing but great things to say about the Canes.
I'm going to say this is the first time I've ever played the Canes, and I'm fucking thrilled, man. This is cool. Thank you guys very much for being here. This is a song from my girls in the Canes.
Our drummer, Nathan Woodward, which, by the way, is another key factor of what made this band was him and his friends from Ramona and in the whole area. This kid, he made sure we had audiences, and they got what we were doing. He always had this huge party on 4th of July, big thing. Bunch of bands goes over.
Was that our first time playing?
That was the first time, yeah, because we got the call for Carrington, Billy T. Carrington. Got the call at the last minute. Can you guys come down and open for him? first shot at Canes. Yeah, we'll do that. But in the meantime, we've got this
Yeah, we were already
2,000 people out in the country on a 100-acre with stages with 10 bands going, and I'm doing sound. We just loaded up and went. And left.
We went on our own festival about 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, you were there.
I set it up.
You're the one that got the cane show. It's your fault. I remember that you looking at me funny about 4:30 in the morning going, yeah, well, I hope you guys get better than this.
You should have been at the game.
Yeah. I could have stayed home and said, man.
You done played and got paid.